next coming to the stage is a sports writer by day. Give it up for Dave Shoalts!
Thank you, Steph. Give the round of applause for Steph. She's doing a great job here. Hello, everybody. You sound pretty good for a Wednesday. I was going to do my regular set, but somebody today told me it doesn't have enough sex in it. There's a reason for that. When you look at me, how many hours is it before hot sex comes to mind? 0. My first husband.
Stop eating.
My brother-in-law. But, you know, since heaven knows we don't get enough dick jokes in the comedy clubs. And besides, not only is my wife here, so is my daughter, 2 of my sisters, and my parents. So what better time to try out the X-rated material, right? But no, there's no way I can be an authority on great sex. I've been married for 30 years. I thought that would go better. But, you know, after 30 years, when you get to the height of passion, or as I know it, the last 3 seconds before I can finally fall asleep, I mean, your wife is just as likely to say to you, did you book that dentist appointment for me? That's about as close to serious drilling as I get. So, yeah, I am a sports writer. I travel a lot, and thanks to the current state of the newspaper business, it's no longer pretty. No. Our budgets are tighter than one of Georgie Strombolopoulos' suits. I've gone from the Marriott to the Super 8. You know, your boss has booked you into a cheap hotel when the maids are using carts they stole from the homeless. And I know about maids and carts because in all my years of travel, it doesn't matter what time I get back to my room, that cart and that maid are always there in my room, every time. The only upside is I get to steal a lot more soap than the rest of you. I've got the world's largest collection of tiny soap. But that's okay. When I get home, I melt them down into big bars so my friends don't think I'm cheap. Now, I do wash. In 35 years as a sports writer, the one line I've gotten more than any other is, wow, you get paid to watch the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's so cool. Yeah, cool. Like Ronda Rousey's sparring partners get paid to be punched in the head 3 times a week. But what I think the Leafs should do is take the same approach as the Olympics. You notice in the media reports, nobody ever loses the gold medal at the Olympics. No, they win the silver. It makes sense to me. I've already applied it to my own life. Every couple days at my house, I win the silver medal. In every argument I've ever had with my wife. I still remember the first one. Oh, do I really have to go shopping with you? Yes. I mean, it's not like my wife needs me during the actual shopping. I'm like a Stephen Harper cabinet minister. I perform no useful function. Like the Leafs power play. Or Bill Clinton if Hillary wins, I guess. No, my only job is to get a spot in the checkout line. But that's okay. Hey, that's all right. I get to stand there, read the magazines and newspapers, stay up on current events. As long as your idea is of current events is who dumped Jennifer Aniston this week. But there's this one story I always see every time a prime minister loses an election and has to vacate 24 Sussex, the official residence. This happens every time. Millions of dollars in renovations are needed to bring 24 Sussex up to a livable condition for the new guy. Yeah, apparently all our prime ministers are the tenants from hell. But didn't anybody see the warning signs? You know, the couch, the fridge on the porch, the 4 car wrecks on the front lawn. And now, because I guess Harper is the ultimate redneck, they're talking about knocking this thing down and building a new one for a guy who actually grew up there. I say, okay, Justin, you can have the new house, but no in-law suite for Mom. We already know what happens when she gets to party. I thought there'd be some older ones here. Now, for some reason, Justin Trudeau always makes me think of this story. Do you know New York is getting kosher weed? Coming soon to a deli near you. Acapulco Goldberg. Yeah, I'll get those foot-high sandwiches moving. Yeah, whole new meaning for smoked meat. This other story I saw was about Oprah. Apparently Oprah bought $40 million of Weight Watchers stock. She became minority owner and spokesmodel. Then Oprah did what Oprah does best. She lost 26 pounds, and the stock went up 20%. To which I say to these big investors on Wall Street, this is a good bet on a stock? Oprah lost 26 pounds? Then they found out what the rest of us know. Not even the stock market expands and contracts like Oprah. I mean, inside of a month, she was back on the donuts, and Weight Watchers wasn't worth 10 minutes. Maybe she heard about the kosher weed. You know, something else I wonder about is Cosmo magazine. Do you ever notice that every issue of Cosmo is exactly the same, no matter what month? Yeah. That's why I wonder, Cosmo readers got to be the dumbest people on the planet. You know, every issue, upper left, right corner, right by the head of that really hot woman with the amazing cleavage, is the same headline about sex tips. How to drive them wild. Don't any of these women remember any of these tips from month to month? And then again, they might get the same kind of practice as I do. Well, after tonight, I think I'll be practicing by myself. Thank you very much, everybody. You've been a good crowd.